Skip Prokop has died. I'm John Bowden from rockhistorymusic.com. He was one of the founding members of one of the legendary Canadian bands, Lighthouse. At 73 last year, he was mentioning that he had to retire from music because of health reasons. He retired from Lighthouse in 2014. They were the world's first 13-piece rock orchestra. Growing up in the 70s in Canada, it was hard not to have heard of Lighthouse. Prokop, along with keyboardist Paul Hoffert, formed the band in 1968. In 1971 alone, Lighthouse had 3 top 40 hits: Take It Slow, Out in the Country, Hats Off to the Stranger, and One Fine Morning, the latter two reaching the top 10 in Canada. In 1972, Sunny Days reached number 4, and Pretty Lady at number 9 on the charts the following year. Prokop wrote or co-wrote a lot of the hits for Lighthouse. They won Best Canadian Group at the Junos, which is Canada's version of the Grammys, in 1972, 73, and 74. The band disbanded in the mid-70s, but got back together in the early 90s. Interestingly, Lighthouse turned down Woodstock, which Prokop would later say was his biggest regret. But the following year, in 1970, they played the famous Isle of Wight Festival, where they were voted, along with Jimi Hendrix, best performers. Skip Prokop was born and raised in Hamilton, Ontario. He was a drummer from way back, and at 17 won the Canadian National Individual Drumming Competition. He told the IF Press last year that his favorite memory was Carnegie Hall. They were booed the first time. But then, quote, after we'd released hits like Hats Off to the Stranger and One Fine Morning in 1971, we went back to Carnegie Hall. It was a totally different audience. It was sold out. They were fans and they paid a lot for those tickets. They were giving us standing ovations. It gave me chills up and down my spine. I turned to Paul Hoffert and said, "We made it, buddy." And this album was recorded at Carnegie Hall in 1972. It's still one of my favorite live albums of all time. It's a very scratchy compilation for me. It's a 2 LP set, but I played it so many times that, well, let's just say I have to get a new one. Interestingly, I was going through my record collection yesterday, and some of you Canadian buffs, music buffs, will know this album, Deja Vu, Song for Everyone. It didn't really sell. It featured Cal Dodd, who had some stints on TV in the 70s, but it was produced by Skip Prokop. It's really a great project. Skip did a lot of production, some solo stuff, but he'll always be remembered for Lighthouse. We should point out that the band lost their other lead singer, Bob McBride, in 1998. Make sure you comment on our videos, subscribe to our channel, and share our videos. I'm John Bowden from Rock History Music.